Now let's turn to the corporates today because Heineken has reported profit that beat analyst estimates in the first half and reiterated its forecast for year-on-year profit margin expansion. The world's third largest brewer said adjusted earnings before interest and taxation rose 12.6%. That's to 1.7 billion euros. Let's head out to Amsterdam now, where we're joined, I'm very pleased to say, by the CFO, Laurence Debroux, joining us live. And thank you very much indeed for joining us today. And give us a sense of where was the outperformance. We saw strength in Asia, in Americas, in Europe. Where really outperformed, Laurence?
Good morning. So the really good news is that we saw a lot of strengths in a number of our emerging markets, and we're talking about two of our most important markets, Mexico, which really delivered a very good performance on volume and also on pricing, and Vietnam, which delivered a stunning performance again, really with our Tiger brand, which is an affordable premium brand continuing to fly. And when you do have other emerging markets that are more challenging, that really shows you the relevance of having a global portfolio. Now, what people were probably not expecting that much is the resilience and the strength of Europe. And what you've seen in the first half is that the beer market has done well in Europe. You see the conversation around beer is happening even in countries like my home country, France, which was not traditionally a beer market. Definitely, demographics are against you in most countries in Europe, and the pressure on price is there, but you can get people interested in products, and whether it's a craft trend, whether it's quality, talking about the products, you bring people towards premium. And that is a really good news for Europe, both on volume, which have been doing nicely, and on a little bit of revenue per hectoliter, which is less pricing powers and actually mix.
Talk to us about the FX, the currency headwinds that you note in your results at the moment. We were talking about emerging markets, Mexico, Vietnam, but they're likely to be open and certainly exposed if they do see a ramp up in the US dollar. How are you seeing FX headwinds hitting you?
FX headwinds are really a story that will continue for at least for the whole year. And what you've seen is already some impact in the first half, but we've said that the impact on the second half will be actually larger than in the first half, also because we get into a timing where our hedging is fading away a little bit more. So this is all factored in the guidance that we're giving. So obviously for us it is a Nigerian naira. Even so, at the bottom line, we only own a little more than half of this company, so it's a significant operation for Heineken, but the net impact is not that high, and the Mexican peso as well, and of course the UK pound, which is playing a role. So what you do see is definitely an impact from emerging currencies, not only emerging currencies. I would say the good news of the end of the first half and is paradoxically the devaluation of the naira. It's still early days, but there are signs that it's bringing more liquidity of hard currencies into the market, and that is really what business needs in Africa.
Laurence, just let's continue as Manus in London. Let's pick up and continue with that currency theme. Obviously, the pound has come under considerable pressure post-Brexit. Give us a sense of your hedging in the run-up to June the 23rd and what you've perhaps put on the books post-June the 23rd for the rest of the year and into 2017. Have you added to your hedging on the pound?
So, as you know, there are two types of impacts. The impacts linked to importing or exporting in hard currencies. And I would say on this, we're pretty much hedged for the full year and actually somehow into 2017 as well. And then you have the translational impact, which is the impact of translating the result that you make in a country into your currency of reporting, which for us is the euro, and that you do not really hedge. So we do give an estimate, which is not a guidance, which is saying if you take spot rate today and you prolong them towards the end of the year, what will the impact be? And that is where we say it would be about 200 million euro impact on our operating profit as we translate operating profit in various currencies into the euro. But talking specifically about the UK pound, we're pretty much hedged for this year.
Laurence, let's talk about perhaps the biggest deal, the deal in your industry that everybody's been watching day by day last week, AB InBev SAB Miller. What I mean, it's a formidable force, tour de force, that you're now facing in that new combined company. What is the biggest threat from them in terms of margins? What's the biggest opportunity? What assets might you hope to possibly get your hands on? Will we see more M&A?
Of course, I don't comment on M&A of other people or of Heineken. What I can say is that
perhaps one of the biggest competitive threats to your
big.
business. This is one of the biggest competitive threats to your business. You must have a perspective in terms of what it might do for your business. Your business.
So definitely for our business, the perspective is that, yes, we're a global business, but as you know, we're a very local business. We compete market by market. And it's about providing the consumer with a great experience and great product. And frankly, it is a market by market competition. And when you look at the market that are being combined in the ABI-SAB merger, there are very few markets where the two of them were present. So we were competing with SAB in Nigeria, and that is continuing under the ABI-SAB name, and that was ABI in Mexico, and that is continuing as well. So I would say, yes, this is a huge, powerful company, of course, but we do believe that our strategy is still perfectly relevant of bringing on a market-by-market a great experience to consumer and being excellent at what we're doing. So if one thing, it takes us, it gives us motivation to be even better.
Laurence Debroux, wonderful to have you on the show. Thank you. Heineken CFO, fantastic for you to join us today, talking us through your numbers. That was Heineken CFO joining us live.